Hey everybody, Stephanie Simpson here again. I'm doing an impromptu video. It's a bit late and my lights aren't set up as yet, so my apologies. But I just wanted to get this video um, out because I haven't done any since the new year, I think. And this is actually a New Year's message. I think I recorded it some time ago, but it was corrupt, so I wasn't able to upload that video. And so I wanted to get this one in the mix. Maybe I do another one when I have proper lighting and everything. um but I wanted to share with you a few or a couple of the ways you can find inspiration and resources in 2025 to help you to start a successful business. So, if you are new to my channel, my name is Stephanie Simpson. I am a startup expert. I have recently transitioned from tech startup to design and creative startup over the past 3 years. And I'm sharing with you my journey of starting over from scratch. So these are new startup ideas that I'm putting out there. I have um, I have been very successful in the tech industry, but I have since transitioned to design industry. So I'm sharing with you my journey, and I want to be as open and transparent um, as possible with you all with regards to how you can improve your success as a startup business owner. All right. So, to give you a little bit of background about where I started in terms of inspiration and um, resources. So when I was in the tech industry, one of my main inspirations was my son. I was creating these apps to help him overcome challenges and speech challenges with his speech and social skills, as he's on the autism spectrum. And I got some amazing results with those, and I created similar resources or similar products for the marketplace. And through the inspiration, I kept going because motivation doesn't last, right? If you're just getting up to make some money to pay bills, um, that will you won't always be in that mood, right? So when the mood leaves you or the feeling to start a business leaves you, you'll need something more to go on. So um, helping my son and helping others like my son was a huge inspiration for getting my tech business starting. Once the pandemic hit and the tech industry started to get saturated, and I started to see a decline in potential revenue, and even it wasn't just so much the decline in potential revenue, but also there was a downward spiral in quality, right? And you always had a person who would do it a lot cheaper because they probably wouldn't even finish the job to begin with. So um, I decided to come out of the industry because a lot of people were going for the guy that was going to finish, who was given a ridiculously low price, but then the work wasn't going to be finished, and it's kind of hard, especially when customers come to you and say, I paid this guy this money and he didn't finish, and then I have to kind of hit them with a much larger bill, and there's thinking, okay, Is there some way I can help them? And it's very difficult to get in that to try and help customers recover. And I think there is a lot of dishonesty in the space as well. And it's really hard for you to stand out as the honest person when it's also a male dominated field. People prefer to have their tech person be a male, right? And so that became, I wouldn't say a challenge, but it's something I didn't want to be a part of anymore. And so I decided to make the transition. And during the 3 year period of the pandemic lockdown, my son and I, we started to, we use that time to practice um, using these tools to create designs for children's books. My son would do the illustrations for in Procreate for children's books. We started to get really good at it. And then we're now at a place where we can just push out publications um, in a few hours. So we're really excited about that. And it's really good because then we're the first ones in the marketplace, and we're able to kind of just pump out content and have a head start, right? So we like that head start advantage. And so starting over gave us that, right? It's not for everybody because it does require a great deal of discipline, having to sit for 3 years and practice. You're making limited income. You're nobody's paying you while you're just practicing. You don't even have any real concrete ideas as yet. But you got to put something out there so that you could keep at least a little bit of money coming in, so that you don't drown while you're making your transition. And then you get to that place where, okay, now you're ready. Now you have the skills. Now you have all the right angles, and you are just at the right place where you can start to execute and dominate. So we went through that phase over the past 3 years. And so now we're coming back to the surface. We're showing up more on social media and in other places to kind of showcase what we've been doing behind the scenes this past 3 years. So what we've done now that we're in the design era of our startup, I maintain the same inspiration of helping my son. His One of the challenges that he has currently is with dyslexia, and so when he writes, the letters are inverted horizontally or vertically, same with numbers, right? So as you know, autism has a host of challenges. So illustrating kind of help to improve the dyslexia. And so we were also able to turn that solution into a business where we're providing children's books. We've branched out into stationaries as well, and we want this 2025 book fair at the Read With Me Club to be much bigger. We want to have characters that do not compete with mainstream characters. We want to put Belizean animals in our books and kind of humanize them and have them talking. And then we want to take some of the ideas that we have for creating books in the Belizean Creole language to mainstream, and a host of other things, right? So we've maintained the inspiration. It's a different solution because it's a different problem we're addressing at this moment, and but the inspiration remains the same. And then the resources. When I was in a tech industry, I relied heavily on YouTube to kind of keep me up to pace with what was going on in the tech industry and different ideas that I could use and adapt to the marketplace in which I live and in the online space. So I relied on YouTube heavily. Now that I'm in the design space, I use Udemy as one of my main resources. Um, Someone recommended Skillshare, so I'm going to share that with you as well. And I haven't signed up with them as yet, but I'll be using or looking into that resource um, this year. All right. And the reason why I I emphasize, you know, having the inspiration and having access to the resources so that you can pull from your resources that you have and the skills that you've developed when you are ready to launch your startup and when you're ready to start building out your portfolio on your website, on social media, wherever, right? It's because it is very challenging in any marketplace, online or locally. If you start a business, and I know there are many of these quick help guides, right? They're not big on personal development. It's just like a quick guide on how you can start making some money in 10 days or 15 days or 30 days. It's like a short um, span of time, and you know you'll start making money. Now the thing with those startup ideas, they work, they do work. The problem is that the most money goes to the most skilled person. It's just like in the current economy, right? If you have janitors, they make less money, not because um, they're doing less work than a doctor or a surgeon. It's just um, not a specialized skill. So you can get practically anybody to be a janitor. So then it makes it a more accessible job as compared to a brain surgeon who has to go through many years of practice and certification to become um, a surgeon, and then he has to maintain his credibility, right? And so for that reason, um, less people have access to the resources of becoming a brain surgeon, and so they make more money because in the economy, and this is hypothetical, of course, the brain surgeon would be in higher demand, right? Or the jobs for brain surgeons would be in higher demand than the jobs for um, janitor. It's low entry. It doesn't require much skill. So it's the same thing with the startup business. You can put together some, templates, clip art. You can get customers, but then there are other people who these gurus are selling to as well. So when they put out their ads, and of course it sounds enticing because they know what they're doing. They're skilled marketers. They can hook sales of 100,000 or more, and then they also rely heavily on affiliates who have huge mailing lists, and they just pump out that content to their mailing list, and then it's low ticket, so you'll spend like $7, so they would get about 100 people, 200 people, um 200,000 people to buy this product, and then they're all doing the same thing and trying to target the same people. And so what that means is your sales will be slower if you're not the most optimized, if you're not the most flashy, if you're using the same content everybody else is using or the same templates you were provided with, you won't be able to stand out. So it's so important that while you can use those as your entry, get your foot wet in the startup business. But it's also very important for you to spend some time practicing a specific skill and get specialized so that you are able to not just do it quickly, but you can do it better than most people. And you are able to bring something unique to the table because you're not just a copy and paste startup expert. And so during the course of my videos here on YouTube, I'll be sharing with you some of like the psychological hooks that I'm using for the different startups, whether it's Moms of Autism, with the Autism Tales book series, for the children, and or any other startup, right? Or the personalized greeting cards company where we show behind the scenes of persons with special needs designing the cards or whatever the hook is, right? But being able to present a unique perspective can help you to draw in your and maintain your audience as you build. So you want to spend time developing your skills so that you're not just a copy and paste um, startup expert. And what that also does, it puts you in a position where you're able to get jobs. Other people have ideas about how they can use the skills that you have to do something for their organization. So it also opens um, another revenue stream while you're building your portfolio. So that's very, very important. And then, of course, being able to, grow your social media reach over the course of building your startup as well. All right. So coupling all those things together, having a unique perspective on your business will help you for the long run. In short term, you can go viral, you can be a one-hit wonder, and and that's great. But if you're going to build something that will be a legacy 10, 20 years from now, especially in the online space where everything is moving so fast. And I know those of you watching my channel may remember Blockbuster and all the different big names that no longer exist. All right, that's how it is in the business startup world. You here today, gone tomorrow, and you're just a memory. All right. So you have to stay abreast with what's going on, and you need to stay ahead. All right. And practicing, putting in at least 20 minutes per day will put you ahead of everybody else. All right. Because they aren't doing anything. So I want to thank you for listening to this video. I will share the links in the description for the resources I've mentioned, so you can click in the description to visit the different links. And then I'm also going to give you a list of the courses I'm currently taking on these platforms, so you'll be able to see what it is I'm doing while I'm over there, right? And I haven't set up my class schedules for this year as yet, but I'm going to be doing that soon, and I'm going to share with you how I'm able to self-study and build my startup at the same time. All right, so thanks again for listening, and I'm going to, or hopefully I see you in the next video. Bye for now. Let me know in the comments.